He was very close last time. He got it by a point. A little bit more focus, a little bit more lack of complacency, and I should do the job, what I need to do. I'm just going to go in there and do what I did last time, but not get caught in round 9. A bit more focus and a bit more less complacency, and I should win the fight quite comfortably.
Do you think this fight will look a lot like the first fight did, or will it be different this time?
Because Tyson know what I do, I know what Tyson do, but it's will be a different fight.
Anthony Joshua's bold prediction ahead of the much-anticipated rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury has raised eyebrows across the boxing world.
I fought Usyk. I think he's a phenomenal fighter, and I think he's got a great team around him, honestly. And you're only as good as your team, but I think he's got a really good team around him. After being in the ring with him and studying him, still studying him now, I think that he's the one to edge it, probably because I've experienced his ring generalship and ring craft on 2 occasions, and I think he's top tier.
AJ has backed Usyk to win again, claiming that the Ukrainian boxer is simply too skilled for the Gypsy King. Joshua, who has faced Usyk twice, saw firsthand the technical prowess of the undefeated heavyweight and believes Fury won't be able to match up this time. He stated, "I said Usyk will win. I said that from 2023. I do think Fury's a good fighter, but there's levels. A cruiserweight nearly knocked Fury out. You've got to learn from these situations. I don't think he underestimated him, but what he was saying about middleweights, it just goes to show you should never downplay a fighter." As Joshua anticipates another Usyk victory, he adds that the fight will be a challenging one, particularly early on, but Usyk's superior technique will eventually shine through. He added, "You should give them the credit they deserve, so you don't go in there thinking you're gonna bully someone, and the next thing you know, the tables turn in a fight. Fury maybe should give him the respect he deserves next time, and he might put on a better performance."
Can he beat him in the rematch?
Me personally, what I think? Nah. No way. Nah.
You didn't see enough of Fury's performance to suggest that he could beat him. Both of you things right and beat him.
Sorry? Oh, I didn't see enough. It's not that I didn't see enough, I just don't think that. I think Fury's good. You saw some good moments, I just don't think he can do it.
Joshua's prediction for the rematch is far from unique. Many observers have echoed his sentiment, arguing that Usyk's skill set will once again be the deciding factor in the outcome. From the relentless punching power of Usyk to his impeccable conditioning, several analysts believe that Fury's lack of discipline and constant clowning during the first fight cost him the victory. Others like Colin Hart have gone even further, suggesting that Fury's peak has already passed.
Didn't say he should call it a day. Well, I did say I thought he would lose, and the reason I gave, I thought he was past his best and in decline. I didn't say he should call it a day. I didn't ask for him to retire, but I was proved right on that occasion. I've been right many times.
His comments on Fury's decline and the impact of his antics both inside and outside the ring reflect a growing belief that Fury may have missed his window of opportunity to dominate the heavyweight division.
Do you believe he can win the rematch?
Well, I don't think he can win the rematch. I think we're going to say more of the same. I don't think Fury has got better since last May. I think psychologically this will have affected him, losing to Usyk, losing his title and his unbeaten record.
However, there are others, such as Tommy McCarthy, who acknowledge that while Fury may have struggled in the latter rounds of their first encounter, he was still winning early on. McCarthy's analysis highlights the unpredictability of both fighters, suggesting that while Usyk's late-game strength is undeniable, Fury has the tools to cause problems for the Ukrainian. Whether it's Fury's physical size and strength or his experience in rematches, McCarthy is cautious about completely ruling out a Fury win in the rematch.
I don't know. The first fight, I thought the early rounds, it was all Fury. Fury was looking great. But Usyk has that unbelievable engine, so he come on strong at the end. So I thought the fight, without the knockdown they gave it to Usyk, but it was kind of like a 50-50. I thought it was a kind of like a draw. So it's another interesting fight. You don't know what way it's going to go, because Usyk showed that he can be hurt by Fury. Fury showed that he has the know-how to beat him. but Usyk did hurt Fury, and so I don't know. It's just it's a toss-up.
Adi Oladipo believes that the rematch will be an incredible spectacle, pointing out that both fighters appeared to be in peak condition and have likely completed their final sparring sessions. The final preparations are reportedly in full swing as both men make their way to Saudi Arabia for what promises to be another historic battle. However, there is no denying that Usyk is favored to come out on top, with many analysts ranking him among the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
Both fighters seem in tip-top condition. Sparring should be over now. They might have one more spar, but it is a case of both of them now making their way to Saudi if they're not there already. And you know, you maybe have another spar, but not a serious one, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's just a light spar, maybe a body spar, right?
Liam Paro shares this belief, stating Usyk's exceptional boxing skills and his ability to adapt to different opponents. However, Paro also stresses that the outcome of the fight ultimately rests on Fury's performance. While Usyk is favored, the unpredictability of Fury means that the result could swing in any direction. Paro's balanced approach reflects the sentiment of many within the sport, acknowledging Usyk's advantages while recognizing that Fury is a fighter who cannot be discounted.
I honestly think Usyk's going to do it again. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. He's got to be right up there in the pound-for-pound listings, but depends what Fury shows up. Can never count him out, so I'm excited. I'll be tuning in, and yeah, I think Usyk will get their hand raised again.
Barry McGuigan has also weighed in on the rematch. McGuigan doesn't see Fury doing much better in the second bout. He believes Usyk has Fury's number, and even though the first fight was close, Usyk will adapt and win decisively in their next encounter. McGuigan's commentary highlights a recurring theme in the build-up to the fight. Usyk is a fighter who consistently performs well under pressure, whereas Fury's antics and moments of overconfidence could cost him again.
No, I would expect him to show loyalty to the corner. He's had that corner for quite a while, and he's been successful. Why would he change it? You know, he's done very well as a heavyweight champion. He's been around a long time. You know, he served the sport well. He's earned a lot of money. Will he beat Usyk? Never, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I'm just simply saying Usyk has his number. He was lucky to get through the fight. He, you know, could have been stopped. And I don't think he's going to do any better.
On the other hand, Paul Smith has suggested that Fury might retire after the fight, regardless of the outcome. He points out that the much-anticipated bout between Fury and Joshua, once the talk of the heavyweight division, may no longer hold the same appeal if Fury were to lose. Smith highlights Usyk's dominance in the division and refers to him as the top heavyweight, stressing that while Usyk is favored, Fury could still pull off a shock victory.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion, but I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. You know, I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Tyson's brother Shane Fury offers a more pragmatic take on the fight. He acknowledges the simple truth of boxing: either you win or lose, and points out that while losing is difficult, it is an integral part of the sport.
Listen, it's boxing, isn't it? You win and you lose. It's not that good when you do lose, but you know, I've watched the fight and that there could have went either way. For me watching it, I thought he won on the night, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Listen, he's got the rematch, and he can try and set it right. And if he loses again, the better man won. Simple. There's not much to it.
Moreover, Sam Jones remains confident that his fighter will rise to the occasion. Jones, who has immense respect for Fury, believes that while the champion may be the underdog going into the rematch, he has full faith that Fury can win. His unwavering support demonstrates the strong belief some have in Fury's resilience and ability to bounce back. Despite the challenges he faces, Jones is not deterred by Fury's less than stellar performance in the first fight, asserting that Fury has the mental fortitude to reclaim the heavyweight crown.
The first one with Tyson Fury, I want him to. I hope he does. I've got so much time for Tyson. I'd love him to win. I think he starts this time as the underdog, but do I think Tyson Fury can win? 100% I do. I really do believe that, and as I say, I really would love him to get the job done. And
Frank Warren stands by Fury, emphasizing that the first fight was a razor-thin split decision. He remains confident that Fury, now fully aware of Usyk's strengths and weaknesses, will be able to capitalize on any mistakes made by his opponent. Warren sees the rematch as a battle of wits, one where the fighter who can expose the other's vulnerabilities will ultimately emerge victorious. According to Warren, Fury has a slight edge and will use that to his advantage.
The first fight was an unbelievable fight. For me, it was the two best heavyweights of the 21st century fighting each other, and they gave a tremendous performance, split decision. I thought there was a fag paper in it, and this time round, I think the fact that they shared a ring together, the fact they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, it's going to be who can exploit them.
Andy Lee maintains that the pressure on Fury heading into this fight is not as heavy as some might think. Lee notes that Fury has excelled in high-stakes situations throughout his career, and this fight will be no different. While Lee acknowledges Usyk's incredible skill, he is confident that Fury will rise to the occasion and deliver his best performance. However, Lee also accepts that if Fury does lose, he will do so gracefully, respecting Usyk's victory.
But is there pressure going into this rematch?
I don't think there's any real pressure. I don't think there's pressure. No, I don't think so. I don't think he sees it that way. He's going to do his best. If it's good enough, it'll be good enough, he'll win. If it's not good enough, then he knows he's lost, and to a good man. There's no shame, there's no pressure.
Ben Shalom echoes the sentiment that Usyk is the favorite, but acknowledges that Fury could still pull off an upset. Shalom praises Usyk for his consistency and ability to perform under pressure, but he also sees the potential for Fury to make significant improvements in the rematch. Shalom emphasizes the importance of the event in the context of the heavyweight division, noting that the fight will be significant regardless of the outcome, particularly as it takes place in Saudi Arabia.
Which way does it go? Everyone's got an opinion. Which way do you see it going?
I always backed Tyson for the first one. I always liked Tyson to win as the Brit. I can never see a way past Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, he's proven it time and time again, and I actually don't think that was the best Oleksandr Usyk that we see, and I think he's going to be better this time. I do think Tyson's going to be better, but I think you have to go with Oleksandr given the history, as much as I hope Tyson can win, but a great fight, and again, Riyadh Caesar delivering.
Lennox Lewis has been vocal in his belief that Tyson Fury doesn't stand a chance against Oleksandr Usyk. Lewis points out that Usyk's undefeated record and remarkable skill set make him a formidable opponent. He argues that Fury's antics and lack of focus during their first encounter allowed Usyk to gain an advantage, and unless Fury adjusts his tactics drastically, he will struggle in the rematch. Lewis believes that the only way for Fury to have a shot at victory is to change his approach entirely, something that many feel is a tall order for the British champion.
I gotta ask you this: Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury, the rematch. Who wins? How do they win? And why do they win?
Well, I cannot go against Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk has proven himself time and time again, and he's still undefeated. So it really comes down to who boxes the best, who's smart in the ring. I didn't think Tyson Fury was that smart in the first fight. I think he played around a little bit too much and allowed Oleksandr Usyk to really pile up the points. And Oleksandr Usyk is a difficult opponent. He moves all the time. He's always throwing punches. He's in great shape. And that's hard to beat. I've always said the bigger man always should win if they do the right things. So Tyson Fury has to do the right things in this fight to win. And that's use his jab, use his size, use his movement.
Johnny Nelson has also weighed in, stating that if Fury doesn't make the necessary adjustments to his strategy, he could find himself on the wrong end of another defeat. Nelson highlights Usyk's well-thought-out game plan for the first fight, which was executed flawlessly, particularly in the later rounds. Nelson argues for Fury to succeed, he will need to be more disciplined and focused throughout the contest, as Usyk has proven himself to be a strategic and technically sound fighter who knows how to exploit his opponent's weaknesses.
Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15 stone bracket. And so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Tony Bellew takes it a step further, predicting a more decisive victory for Usyk in the rematch. Bellew emphasizes that Fury struggles against fighters who can box defensively, and that Usyk's ability to control the pace of the fight will be a key factor. With his defensive style, ring IQ, and ability to counterpunch, Bellew believes Usyk will once again have the upper hand.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No, I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharpshoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. I was fucked after 6 rounds or 7 rounds of doing it.
Spencer Brown believes that Fury's size and strength will be the deciding factors in the rematch. After an intense training camp, Brown is confident that Fury will be in the best shape of his career, stronger and more physically imposing than ever before. While he acknowledges Usyk's technical brilliance, Brown believes that Fury's natural physical advantages will ultimately prevail.
I think Tyson Fury will come out victorious. The boxing is it's just a job for Tyson. If you speak to him, it's just a job. It's like taking the bends and the bags out. It's just a job for him. But he's got 10 weeks now, 10 weeks of hard graft. He's going to be bigger, stronger, and he's going to do his best. And I think he's going to beat Oleksandr Usyk, who, let's not take anything away from him. He's some unbelievable fighter. I still believe that Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. And I think we're going to see that on the 21st. And good luck to both teams.
However, Duke McKenzie expresses concern about Fury's rumored plan to gain weight before the rematch. McKenzie believes that adding bulk could backfire, as Usyk's agility and technical prowess might be able to exploit any loss of speed or mobility that comes with the added weight.
Everybody knows he's not a great liver. He doesn't live, eat, walk, talk the sport. You know, you're supposed to. In between fights is where fights are won and lost. But we know Fury blows up, puts on a load of weight between fights, and then he's got to get rid of all that weight again. Now, they're trying to tell us that Fury's going to be bigger and better. Bigger and better isn't going to beat Usyk.
This tactical decision could have unforeseen consequences, and McKenzie warns that Fury may not be as successful in executing it as he hopes.
Right, it's really not. If he puts on more weight and tries to think, well, you know what, I'm going to bully Usyk this time, I'm going to go in, I'm going to walk him down, I'll be able to take his shots because I'm that much bigger, it's not going to work for him. It's just not. He's going to be slower, he's going to be more predictable, and he's going to get hit more and a lot sooner.
Adam Booth shares his thoughts on the mental game of the fight, suggesting that Fury's focus and discipline will be critical. Booth emphasizes the importance of Fury's team, ensuring he stays on track and avoids distractions. But the real test will be whether Fury can maintain that focus throughout the entire fight. If he slips up or loses concentration, Usyk's skill and conditioning could wear him down.
Fury 2, Tyson says it's got to be heavier for the rematch. I feel like that's the right way, heavier. Fury might be able to turn what was a close defeat into a victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just one element of it. It's not just about being heavier, it's how you go about applying that. And Tyson's a very clever fella. He's got a clever team around him, so whatever they do, there's going to be a method to that madness, and I'm looking forward to seeing that one as well.
Jamie Moore advises Fury to use his physicality to disrupt Usyk's rhythm. Moore suggests that Fury should target Usyk's body early on, forcing him into a grueling battle that would take away Usyk's ability to rely on his footwork and finesse. Moore believes Fury can wear Usyk down and make the fight more of a brawl than a technical contest.
Hopefully, Tyson Fury can drag him into a dogfight like I thought he should have approached the first fight, because when you've got so much size and weight advantage, you've got to utilise it, and I don't ever think someone who's so ring savvy and experienced and learns from a fight as it progresses. Usyk's is so well versed in that. He adapts to you so well. You can't allow him to go into the second half of the fight where he's just being outboxed, but he's not being outmanned.
Johnny Fisher shares his excitement for the fight, but recognizes the challenges both fighters face. Fisher believes that Fury's adaptability and rematch experience give him a chance to reclaim his position, but he also praises Usyk for his resilience and technical ability.
Great fight. We know the first fight was brilliant. I'm backing Tyson Fury. I think his track record of rematches, I think I've seen a few pictures of him coming in a bit chunkier, a bit heavier, playing to his natural strengths, and he had Usyk going. But we know how good Usyk is. If you beat Usyk, I think he's conquered the world, hasn't he? Because he's beat everyone he needs to beat. I don't know what's happened with the light there. And yeah, just excited to see the fight. May the best man win. The two best on the planet.
Jay Opataya is confident that Fury's physical attributes will give him the edge in the rematch. While Usyk has proven himself to be one of the best, Opataya believes that Fury's raw power and versatility will ultimately prove too much for Usyk to handle. For Opataya, Fury's strength and size are decisive factors in the rematch.
Yeah, that's a good fight. You know, I'm excited for this second fight. You know, I feel like they both sort of know each other now, and I feel like Fury, he's got the tools to beat, you know, Usyk, but he just needs to apply.
Antonio Tarver highlighted the immense pressure on Fury heading into the rematch. Tarver believes that a loss could severely impact Fury's future in the heavyweight division. He also notes that Fury must make adjustments from their first fight, where Usyk controlled much of the action. Tarver predicts another defeat for Fury if he cannot adapt.
I think we have to. We have to see something different. You know what I mean? If Tyson Fury want to really, you know, save, you know, not saying his legacy, but save where he's at right now today, he has to win that rematch. Vitally important that he flip the table on Usyk and make sure we have a trilogy so we can truly see, you know what I mean? Maybe Tyson win back-to-back fights.
As the fight approaches, the boxing world remains divided. Some experts see Usyk's victory as a foregone conclusion, while others hold out hope for a Fury resurgence. Ultimately, it will be the fighter who can adapt and execute their game plan most effectively who will emerge victorious. And that's what makes this rematch one of the most eagerly awaited events in the history of heavyweight boxing. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that Tyson Fury can avenge his loss against Usyk? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.